Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another beginner crochet vlog. This one is exciting because we're doing a lot of new stuff. So I just want to kind of update you and then kind of talk about what I want to do next. So I first off want to start by saying that I feel like I'm starting to get some crochet related injuries. Okay, my wrists have been hurting and I really started feeling it when I started working on that scrap basket with all the cotton yarn. But now I think I just need to maybe take it a little easy. Not that I'm going to, but if you have any tips for, you know, when your hands and arms are starting to hurt, please let me know. The scrap baskets would be something I could like just constantly work on whenever I just needed something in the background, but I'm realizing it's kind of the thing that's making my wrists hurt the most. So I have not finished my mom's scrap basket yet, and I decided to start something else instead. And it was a project that was on my 26 things that I want to make in 2026 list. So I just want to share with you what I've been working on. It's a great kind of mindless project. Once you get going, and it's one of those I can just easily grab without paying attention now that I'm used to it, whether I'm like watching TV with my husband or in the car during nap time, because sometimes I get nap trapped with my toddler now that she's refusing naps. So I want to talk about that, and then we'll talk about what else I've been doing. So this scrap basket has been really good for holding this project. So I wanted to go ahead and start, look how cute this is looking, the heart blanket. Oops. So I went ahead and started the heart blanket that was on my list, and here's how it's looking. I wanted to use some yarn that I had already had, but of course I have to buy more. So I have the Blossom Cakes in Azalea, I think. This is from the first blanket that I had ever made. And then I have the white. I can't remember what the white is called, but the white I ran out of. And so I went to Michael's yesterday, and of course they were out. They didn't have it. I feel like whenever I go there for something specifically, they never have it. So I did have to order it online. So now that I've ran out of the white, I am taking a pause on this until it comes in next week, but it is turning out so good. I love how the colors are changing. You can definitely tell that it looks like hearts. I'm thinking maybe I'll give this to my daughter. I'm not totally sure. I wish I would have made it wider. I feel like I either make my blankets like too narrow or too wide. So I don't know. Here's how it's looking. I think this will look so cute in her room. Great mindless project. The person I saw who shared about this first was Annie from Hooks and Healers, and it's been on my list since I saw her make it, and she reshared it again, and I put it on my list, and I was like, you know what, that's the one where I can just work on it in the background easily until it's done while I'm working on some maybe harder, bigger projects. That's that. Once I get my order of yarn, we're gonna keep working on it. Okay, the other thing that I've been doing is I've been doing some reading to prepare to make my first tapestry. So I have been reading the Spooky Tapestry Crochet book. It's from the creator Crochet or Cry. I follow her on Instagram. I love her stuff, and I did put in my 26 things I want to make in 2026 video her toad tapestry, so I really want to make that. But I had to buy this book. This was like a Christmas gift to myself because she was posting on Instagram about how someone basically took AI and like copied her book, and I knew I wanted this eventually, but when she shared that story, I thought it was so crappy that I had to support her right then and there. So I got this for myself, and I'm trying to use this as a way to help me learn tapestry before I start making my own. But it has all these like really beautiful patterns in it, and they're all like the spooky vibes, which we love Halloween in this house. My husband's a spooky dude, as you know. So many beautiful things, and I'm just kind of reading the beginning pages to help me learn tapestry crochet first. I can't decide if I want to make something from this book first yet, or if I want to make that us tapestry that I also shared in that things I want to make in 2026 video. But I just thought I would share this with you because I'm using this as a resource to help me. So that's kind of the plan. We're going to keep working on the heart blanket. We're gonna try tapestry crochet. That has been something that I have wanted to learn for a really long time, and I'm excited because I think there's so many cool things you can do once you know how to do tapestry crochet. I love the wall hangings, I love the bags, I love the shirts, the wearables you can make from it. I just think it is so cool and something I really respect as an art form. If you're interested in anything I've talked about so far, I'll link this book below. I'll link the pattern for the heart blanket below, and we'll just see what we get into this vlog, and I'm so excited that you're here. We have some updates if you didn't notice. I started it. I finally did the thing I've been really intimidated by, and that's tapestry crochet. And I feel like I unlocked a whole new world, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I have been reading this spooky tapestry crochet book by Crochet or Cry, and it has been really helpful at getting me started. I'm still kind of confused on a couple things, especially when it comes to like color changing and right and wrong sides. I think I'm getting it, but I just don't know 100% if I'm doing it right or if there's a better way. So I think hopefully that'll get better with time, and maybe I can pair like what I learned from this with a video tutorial, and maybe it'll clear some things up for me. Thinking about doing a pattern from this, and then I realized that I don't have any black. I must have used all the black up when I made that gift for my sister-in-law, so I need to get some black. So I didn't want to have to wait or like change the colors, so I went ahead and just found like an alpha grid on Pinterest, and I thought like let's do a really small one and do that first, then I can get some black later in the week. So it's Sunday, it's my solo Sunday time. We have some time. I'm fresh out of an everything shower. I thought I could let my hair air dry a little bit and maybe finish this tapestry. So let me show you the grid that I'm working on. Okay, so I'm just trying to make a little bow, that's it. And I just picked two colors. I had some Big Twist Living in white, and then I had this light blue. And this is where we're at. I'm proud of this progress. I would have talked more as I was working on it last night, but my husband and I were watching TV together, so I just decided to work. And he said it was really funny because I was like talking to myself like the whole time I was doing this, because it is different and it's kind of hard to get used to. I think I was like sweating. I was like so into it, but I think I'm over halfway done. I thought we could just finish it up together. Here's what the back looks like. I don't know what a good back on a tapestry looks like. I am just working this right side and carrying it, and then as it floats, I don't know, picking up yarn as I go in the back. I just thought I'd start with two colors before I went to more, and then maybe after this one I'll watch a video. I think Blondie Knots has a video on tapestry crochet, so maybe I'll watch that and kind of see if I'm doing it right, or if there's better techniques for me to try for the next one, where I either do one from that book, or I try one with more colors. Maybe I should chill out. I need to probably do another one with just 2 colors before I do that frog and toad one. I also opened my Clover and More hooks that I got for Christmas. So this is my first time using those. This is a size 4 and it's really nice. No complaints, feels good. So I'm glad I got that set for Christmas, and I think it's looking good. I might have to block it. I'm assuming my tension got tighter as I went. So let's just work together and see if we can finish this. Let's go. More rows. I have 2 more color changing rows and then 2 white rows, and then we'll be done. So I'm just going to do those real quick and we'll check in when I'm done. So I finished the rest while listening to my audiobook. So we are getting close to the end of my first book in 2026, which means we'll be starting the Granny Square book blanket soon. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do, can't decide if I want to do 2 or 3 books per video. So what that just means is I'm going to finish a book and then I'm going to talk about what the book's about, no spoilers, give my review while making the Granny Square, and then I will maybe do a second or a third book per video, and then we'll just make as many as we can throughout the year. So let me know what you think about that idea. I guess it all depends on how long it takes me to do that Granny Square and then how much I talk. So we'll see, but I'm excited to start that. It's kind of hopefully gonna pull me out of my reading slump. Mom. Yes, baby. Okay, I have not recorded anything for a few days because I have literally just been waiting for yarn to come in. So I took a trip to Michael's, didn't have what I was looking for. I didn't have everything I needed to start my next tapestry project. So I can't work on the heart blanket. I can't start my next tapestry blanket. I think my order should finally be in tomorrow, but I just need something to work on. Like I need something to keep my hands busy. I'm gonna be watching TV tonight with my husband and I like to have a project. So I was like, you know what? We have whips. We have whips. I've never talked about them, or maybe I have, I don't know. But we have an entire bag here full of granny squares. So look at all these granny squares. They're the solid granny squares. I have this white color, this blue color, and this darker blue color. And the goal was to make a gingham blanket, like a picnic blanket out of this, cotton one that I could keep in the car and we could use it in the summer. I was probably working on it in the summer and I made so many squares, but it takes a lot of squares to make something. So I'm just gonna keep chugging along here. Just give me something to do. Keep working on this. I've got all this yarn to go through. I'm just gonna keep making these squares in the background of life, and eventually we will finish this whip and I can share it with you, but I thought I would just kind of introduce you to it so you're not completely shocked when I finally get it done. So let's just work on this a little bit. I did have to refresh my memory on how to do a solid granny square, but also I feel like my crocheting has probably changed since then. So I'm just hoping that like my tension isn't too different or off, and that the squares that I made, back in the summer and the squares that I'm making now aren't going to be too different. And if they are, it's something we can just block out. I like the idea of like a gingham style blanket, and then also just something that I can always just have in my car. Like this is my car blanket, for if we're at a picnic, a park, or we're doing music at the park, or just something like that. And hopefully this, because it's made of cotton, is more durable. But it is that I love this. No, it's the Karen All Day cotton. It's like really soft and cozy. It's not like a hard cotton at all. Like, what is it, the mercerized cotton or something? Is that what they call it? I just thought I'd share about this real quick, and then hopefully tomorrow I can do like a little haul of the yarns that I got from Michael's, because I'm really itching to work on that heart blanket again. I'm really itching to start my next tapestry project. It is a tapestry from the list that I made of all the things I want to make this year. So if you're curious, you can check out that video if you kind of want to guess what it is, but I am excited to do that and make it. Okay, we finally got the yarn we were waiting for, so I can get back to working on some of my planned projects. So let's go ahead and just open it together. I got 2 more of these Karen Blossom cakes in the color Yaklum. This is what I'm using on my heart blanket. So that's this cream color on my heart blanket. This is the yarn that I got for our next crochet tapestry piece. Maybe you can tell by the colors what I am going to be working on because it was on my 2026 make list. I've never actually used this yarn before, and it is the Pound of Love by Line Brand. Oh, that feels good. This is the Line Brand Pound of Love in the color Antique White. And then I also picked up the black label taped together here. And then the other color that I got was the Big Twist Value Pound in the color Mustard. I didn't get it in a smaller skein, which I probably would have, but this specific color only came in this size. So here we are. We're gonna have a lot of this color, and then I'm using two of the other colors that I had for the rest of the crochet tapestry palette. I would say that one of my toxic traits is that, like, when I'm working on a project, I usually want to use the exact same colors that they're using, but I really tried to just use something similar for what I could, and then I bought these ones. But that'll be really nice to have a lot of this and this on hand. I don't know what I'm going to use with this, but that's okay. All right, this is the final reveal of my first ever tapestry crochet piece, and this is the start of something very exciting. I think I have the blog. I'm already ready to go on the next project. I just shared the yarn, but now the next vlog I'm ready to start the next bigger piece and more color. So we'll see how that goes. Stick around and subscribe if you want to see that one. But let's talk about my first one first. So this is my first ever piece. It's so cool and like rewarding to be able to do color work like this, because it is something that I've been wanting to do and was intimidated by, but it was one of my goals of 2026, and we're checking it off the list really quick. So here is the final reveal. Ah, it's so cute. It's just this little bow design. I found a grid pattern on Pinterest. I used the Crochet or Cry book to learn how to do it mostly, and then I just, because I didn't have black yarn and a lot of her patterns have black, I just picked out something else from Pinterest, and I just picked two colors that I had, and I made this, and I am so happy with it. I thought about putting it in my room here somewhere, but I really think my husband suggested putting it in my daughter's room, and if you've seen her room, it's just like the most cute whimsical space, and I just thought this would look really cute on her wall. I really don't want to use it as a cup holder because I really don't want to get it dirty. So we'll save some of this wall space for some of my bigger tapestry pieces, hopefully, if I can make them, and then I think we'll put this in her room. I think it'll look so cute in here. So I did end up blocking it. I'm not entirely sure the blocking made a bunch of difference. Maybe I should have done it better. I'm not totally sure, but here's what it looks like. My tension definitely increased from here to here, so you can kind of see where it goes in like this a little bit. So I obviously started here, and it was just looser, I feel like, because I wasn't like, I didn't have the feel for it yet, and I think as I started to go, I just increased my tension as I was getting the hang of it. So color changes weren't so bad. The thing that was like the most confusing for me was like obviously like the back and like the floats and like doing that. I talked about this earlier, but I'm still not entirely sure if I'm doing it correctly, but we got an image, so it's working. But I am curious about other like techniques for doing this. I've seen some people like tie off or the bobbles or whatever. So we'll see if I try something different for the next one, but I'm really happy with this. I really don't feel the need to put it on a rod. I mean, I guess I could, but like it's small and like, I don't know. So I'm gonna think about how I want to hang this in her room. If I just want to like pin it up there, I'm not totally sure, but this is going to go in her room. I'm really happy with it. This is the front and the back, and I'm excited to keep going. Next vlog, we're looking at working on the heart blanket in the background. I'm not totally sure if it's something that will finish. It's just the Mindless project that I need. Also continuing to work on that the gingham blanket whip, because it's nice and easy to like travel with and do gingham squares, the little solid granny squares on the go. And then we're gonna start our next tapestry project, so stick around if you want to see that. It's going to be a bigger one. It's exciting. I've already talked about it in my 2026 wish list of crochet items I want to make videos. If you want to get a sneak peek on that, go back and watch that one. Otherwise, subscribe and stick around if you want to see what I end up making and trying. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and if you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram or TikTok, where I share more mom and lifestyle content. It's been so fun sharing sharing my beginner crochet journey with you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.